I see so many graphic designers and videographers make a lot of mistakes when it comes to typography. So within 30 seconds, I'm going to give you a detailed analysis and what you need to understand about what typography. Now, what is typography? All right, this is something you need to understand as a graphic designer and as well as video editor or whatever you want to do in the creative field. All right, typography is very important. Now, when it comes to typography, we have different typeface. What is typeface? Typeface has to do with the umbrella that shields, that covers all the fonts. Now, under different typeface, we have different fonts. That is how it is in the categories, typeface categories. All right, so this is something you need to take your time and make research, but I'm going to give you a summary of what this entails. Now, under the typeface, we have typefaces like script, we have serif fonts, we have sans serif, we have display, and we have so many of them and so on. All right, so if you need to understand typography, you need to first of all pay attention to the typeface that you want to use. All right, so if you can understand the typeface, then you are good to go. Now, for instance, you are doing something or making a design for kids, you need to understand that you go to display typeface category. If you're making a design that has to do with children, you need to go into what? Display typeface. Now, if you're in the fashion field, you need to understand that your design or your font should come from what? The serif typeface. All right, like it's for example, we have Times New Roman, we have so many of them. All right, Times New Roman is a perfect example of serif font. All right, now if you are going to the field where the imagery or the feeling that you want your audience to feel has to do with seriousness and boldness or corporate, then your font should come from sans serif field or sans serif typeface. All right, so this is how it works, and not only about knowing the right font or selecting the beautiful font, also you need to understand the placement, the hierarchy. All right, the balance that comes to it. These are the things that you need to put into consideration to get a beautiful result. I believe from now henceforth, after you must have made some inquiries with what I have told you now, your work is going to come out sumptuous. Thank you so much. This is BMT.